Hey everybody, it's Miriam here, Paperwheelz Studio. How's everybody doing today? I thought I'd bring you along and show you and do a little creating with you and show you what you can do with these front covers of, I had 3 6x6 pieces. This went together, actually it went together like this. I just chopped it in half. So now I have this on the other side. This is what the top looked like. Something like that. So I have this and I can use it as another tag or pocket. Most likely I will use it as a pocket so I don't have to worry about covering the back, or a side tuck of some kind. With those flowers along the edge, I think that would just look beautiful. And then I have a tag here that I noticed I need to trim something on since I started filming here. And I just haven't completely decorated. It really doesn't need a lot because it has these beautiful stripes of this gorgeous paper pad, which happens to be Garden of Promises from Stamperia in 6x6. I got it on Amazon. So now I have this lovely, it would be a approximately 6x3 tag that could be used in any journal. And I also have this piece that just needs, both of these just need some embellishment. They're ready to go as they are, and you could even use them as they are. I put a ruler down the side. It did have a Stamperia.com or something on the very bottom, so I added the ruler to cover that up. Remember, if you have cards with words that you don't want in your project, you could either cut around those words, fussy cut around them, or you can use labels and ephemera pieces, die cuts or whatever, to cover those up. This piece right here is another 6x6. It had the beautiful stripes at the top showing you the different papers that came in the paper pad. I believe it was given to me, but I think it was one that did come from Temu. At the bottom it said gorgeous flowers and it had all that description stuff. So all I've done here, first of all, we'll do this journal card. This could be a journal card or pocket, ready to go in a journal. Just simply, if I want to back it or ink up the back, it's completely ready to go, 100% decorated. So we'll lay it off to the side. So there I have gotten 3 ephemera pieces out of those. And they're blank on the back. So it would have just simply been a piece you either put something on top of it or didn't use at all. So I tried to take advantage of these stripy bits, like on this my 8x8 page laying down here. And then I thought, oh, would that not make a cute little pocket for my small journals? The word gorgeous, I just left it there and covered up the rest of the wording. Same on this, the flowers. I simply cut out a piece of, it's actually a piece from a music instruction book. And then I have this little pocket. Needs a little embellishment here. I'll pull something out of my embellishment shortly and get that on there. This one's all done and completely decorated and ready to go in a journal. So we got 3 pieces off of that particular one. And then my last 6x6 piece was made from these here. Now I'm going to lay my tag down upside down only because what I did, I cut it in half at the top. I cut the top off, cut it in half, and then I wanted this little lace bit as part of the original. So I want it on the bottom up here on this tag, and it is on the top on this tag. However, it got covered with a little pocket piece from the same cutout. So I've got this little pocket here. It's kind of hard to see because it blends in very well. I got this little pocket here at the bottom that could hold a piece of ephemera, just a very small piece. And decorated those up to be small tags in a journal. And then the bottom again, I split it in half. Only this time it said peony flowers, or however you pronounce those. I turned half into a small tag that is altered, or when you turn it that way, oriented this way, and it has the flower name on the side. And then I have this piece that simply says flowers, and I had some vintage, it's the same music instruction page that I had. I just covered it with a piece of the regular paper. I didn't ink it, but I could have. I just slipped my mind at the time. So when I decorate it up, I'll likely have a label that will extend over. I really don't even mind the R2327. I think that adds a little bit of decoration. We're always adding numbers and things to papers anyway, are we not? So we got that. I brought along with me today, I just wanted to show you those, what you could do with them. And then I brought along with me 3 pieces from, I've fallen in love with Stamperia background cardstock pieces because they go with anything. They're double-sided. Yes, each one of these does have this on the back, so I could glue it down. But I also want to take advantage of these beautiful parts to the front of this. So what I'm going to do today is show you some ways that you could easily do that. I'm going to start by simply taking the top part off, with my paper trimmer. I don't usually get my paper trimmer out when I'm working online, just because of the size, but I'm not going to trust my hand today. It's going to cut this straight across here, so we're going to use a paper cutter. I ended up leaving just a little teeny tiny edge there, but that's fine. It's not a problem. Now I have this piece. It is 8 inches long. It can easily be turned into, decorated and turned into a belly band in no time at all. So I'm going to lay that to the side for decorating later. And then I have this piece here. When I first look at this, I kind of like that. I got 3 here, 3 here, and then we have this little bit here. So what I'm going to do is cut it on this line between these 2 pieces here. Get my ink pad out of the way. See if I can line this up just a wee bit better than I did earlier. All right. So down we go. Slid just a little bit, but not by much. So now I have this beautiful piece that I'm going to turn into a skinny tag. I like that it has this across the bottom, and then you have 3 lines straight from your paper. You don't even have to do anything to the back. You can cut or not cut your corners, whichever way you'd want to do that. And now you have an undecorated piece of beautiful ephemera that would go with any color coordinating piece. Neutrals even. So, and then I'm going to take and cut it on the other side, same place. All right, we lined up there, Miriam? Yeah, I think we are. Oh, you saw it too, didn't you? Too late now. It's gonna go. I have this very skinny piece now that could be a small belly band, but I think what I'm going to do, since I cut it too skinny, I'm going to turn it into 2 small tags. And I'm just going to cut them 3 and 3. And now I have 2 little tags to be decorated for one of my little journals, since I messed up cutting that. And now we have this piece. It is now 4 by a little under 4 by 6. So it can easily be turned into a journaling card of some kind. You cover this with washi tape or a piece of ephemera, and do the same on this side, and you have this beautiful background for your journal card. All right, so we got what, 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 5 pieces of ephemera out of that one. Maybe I can cut this next one correctly. All right, so let's get it here. I love this wood on the background. I'm just absolutely amazing. I'll start with cutting this top part off, and I'm going to go a little past here this time, so it'll be just a bit wider, maybe for a side tuck in a journal rather than a belly band. On second thought, do I want to cut it? I do. Yes, I do. We're going to cut it on the other side of the alter ego label. So I'm going to try to line it up here. And I'm going to leave that altered ego label there. Now, that was a little short, so we're going to keep my piece anyway. I'm going to keep this piece. It's still beautiful. It will look wonderful on something, or as, again, belly band side tuck. Can't fail with that there. And then we're going to try to take off the rest of this piece that I messed up with. Here we go. All right. So we saved our little alter ego piece. Now I'm going to take this, and again, I'm going to cut it at 3 stripes. Let's turn it upside down. It's easier for me to see and do it that way. Don't get distracted and cut it at 2 stripes, Miriam. Just don't do it. And we'll leave that one laying down there and go ahead and cut the other one before I forget and mess it up. Then we'll trim up these 2 pieces. All right. Now, on this one, I could use something at the bottom to cover that up. However, I'm just going to, on this one, just take it right off there. And then, of course, that little scrap, remember, it is something on the back. So now I have this little fun piece to stick on something. It's going up in my little ephemera, and we have this piece here. Yeah, this side has a little bit there, but once it's inked, probably wouldn't even see it. So we're going to lay that one to the side. And go back to our 2 side pieces, where I'm just going to take some off the top here. I think I'll even these up at, let's do these 5 inches. Okay, so we got that piece. I mean, isn't it just gorgeous once you get all that off there? And look how the back of it turned out with that pretty fern right there in the middle on the back. Back's a little busy, but someone could write on it if they choose to. If they want, they could add extra material, or not material, extra paper in the back to write on. Again, just a piece of scrap glued on there, inked around, glued on there, and you're in business. So now I have these little 2 pieces that can be used somehow for a label, or a little mini collage, an altered paper clip. That's an idea. There we go. So I'm going to lay these off to the side here. And it looks like we have one more of these backgrounds. And I'm going to make use of this beautiful paper on the back. So let's do the same on it, only because I like this one. It says Voyage Fantastiques. I took French in high school. I'm assuming that's French. Might be not. I think it's French for fantastic voyage. Wasn't that right? Oh, there's a song, Fantastic Voyage, from long ago. All right, I'm showing my age now. All right, there we go. Cut that one good. So we have this beautiful grunge corner piece. I just love this. I love how that's done on that. Then I don't have to do it myself. All right, so we're going to cut this one just like we did that last one. I can always use tags, tucks. I could use everything. Be sure to follow me, like, share, and subscribe. I don't think we're going to make it to 1,000 by October 1st, but more realistically, let's shoot for 500. In fact, if we make it to 500 by October 1st, which is my birthday, will have a $25 Amazon gift card giveaway coming up. So stay tuned, like, share, and subscribe so that you will know how you can get your hands on that $25 gift card. I'm going to cut these at 4.5 just to have a little different size here. So there we go. Another lovely piece for a cluster or whatever you would like to use it for. These Stamperia pads are 190 grams. I don't know the conversion rate for US pounds of paper, but they are cardstock, but it's not heavy duty. So I would guess it to be a medium weight cardstock. I'm not, not 100% sure today, or any day for that matter. I actually had to clean my desk off to craft today. I'm one of the world's messiest crafters, as you well know. All right, so let's see. Let's just take it off at an even 5.5 here. Try to straighten it on that line. Okay. And now we have this piece with the Voyage Fantastiques label at the top. And of course we have this little guy. Oh, look, that came off right like that. Look at that. Is that not the coolest thing or whatever? I love it. We'll put it up here in the ephemera bowl because it's small enough that it needs stamped on or something. And what did I make the other one up? 4.5, was it? Let's do that. Just a nice 4.5 tag here. Which gives us a little bit up here. Maybe, what is that, 1.5 inches? 2 inches? Slightly under 2 inches. And we have this little piece. You could use it either way, actually. You could use it that way and put washi tape down through there, cover that up, or turn it over and use it that way. Either way would not make a bit of difference. So let's see, time-wise, I have 10 minutes. So let's just maybe decorate a little. Get that out of my way. So I don't end up with glue all over it. Now am I going to be able to get to my ink and dauber now that I did that? Let's see. Oh, I have this lovely strip there too. I didn't want to get rid of it. We'll put it right there. It'll make a lovely page trim of some kind. Where are you, dauber? There you are. All right. I'm going to just pick out 3 things from my pile here to decorate. Let's do this journal card, and maybe one of these from a different paper pad. I don't know if it's the same one. It might be the same one, y'all. Anyway, I think it's from a different one, but we'll do it as a tag. And let's see. We'll just maybe decorate this up as a belly band. And remember, it's going to be glued down, so it doesn't matter what's on the back, does it? So we have 3 pieces here we can decorate. And we'll lay them all out here and see what we've got from a random ephemeral bowl. Ooh. What if we used him on there? I think he's gonna go. I didn't plan it that way, but he just fits on there. So there's your focal point. Let's see what else I've got here that's on the neutral end. That would work well for a focal point. Okay. I have this piece that I keep pulling out. It gets lost on there, doesn't it? I think it needs to go on regular cardstock. It just will get lost on there. All right. Nope, nope. See, this is what happens when you don't plan ahead for your videos. You end up hunting and pecking for things while we're trying to get a video done, right? Okay, I do have some of these stickers here that probably would look nice on some of these, so let's see what we can do here. Maybe, or more like that one. That could go there. And I know I have something travel related in this bin, more than likely. Just not sure. Oh, here's another. Here is a butterfly trying to pop out on us. Unfortunately, he's a purple butterfly. All right, back you go. Let's see what else is gonna pop out for us. Couple pretty labels. I think they would go here. Let's see if we can't find a little rub-on. I have this, I keep trying to use my plaid green bird, but he doesn't go with anything in particular that I have. So let's see what else. I have my blue butterfly, the word thought. Oh yeah, he could go on one of these. Let's put him on the tag one. Here we go. And there's a label for the tag one. And let's do the word thought on the tag one. Now all we need are to pick out some things here that could go with the journal card. I see the word shipment, so it may end up on there just because it says voyages. Voyages. I think I made up a new word. Okay. I don't know what you're doing in there, but we're going to pull you out of there. I do have some of these mason jars and a vintage looking chair, so let's see what, if any of these would work. That might go in there. Don't know if it really goes with the theme of it, so to speak, but it's pretty. Better yet, I might just go over here with this one. Okay. That one coordinates. I like that. So, do we need like a flag somewhere? Green? No, just isn't going to do it, is it? Do I go humming again? Okay. I love to decorate like this, but sometimes I just get hung up on stuff. There's a nice VIP ticket we could put with him. And we have this beautiful piece here. It's going to coordinate with something. We'll leave one out. See if I have some other focally point type pieces. Let's see what all you guys are. Another butterfly, I think, or something here. Ooh, that's pretty. It's very pretty. Stickers, stickers, stickers. No, these are all the same kind of stickers. I do have this little guy. Now, he's a different color. I think he will go good on one of those. All right, let's start with our gentleman here. We don't have much time, so we're just going to go with it. I think I want this down behind his head, so we are going to, yes, I do like that, even if it folds over. I just have a piece of tape wrapped around my glue so I don't lose my glue pen, and I just stick my pen in that. And if I'm going to ink, I need to ink around him and the little label. So we probably won't get all three completely decorated today, but we might. If the glue continues to flow appropriately and nothing backfires on me, I just might get these finished in 30 minutes. But technically, I haven't been working on these 30 minutes because I showed you that stuff in the beginning, and I'm sure that took a couple minutes, didn't it? Well, even if it didn't, I think it did. It's kind of nice to make the rules for your own video, right? So that's what we do. We take an idea, go with it, and make it our own. Okay, let's see. We're going to put him like right center, so we need that about right here. Okay, we can get the back started. I'm pretty sure it's a sticker. This is a tiny little piece from one of Margaret's vintage photo, and I'm referring to Margaret on 7 Plaza. She has a lovely vintage photo kit. All her digital kits are amazing. She just came out with a new one called Bob's Your Uncle. And with every digital kit she puts out, she has a 5-page freebie. So if you go to her Ko-Fi, you can certainly get some freebies. All right, let's try, I don't know, I'm just kind of guessing. Hopefully I like it, maybe I won't. I think I'm going to put it off the edge a little bit here, if I can get it straight. I know my mat, it's not straight on my mat, but I think that did it. And you can still kind of see through it, which is, I like that. I'm just going to pick this up, fold this piece around. And push the sticker down. I wanted to mess up, but hey, we all mess up at different times, don't we? All right, now that looks cool. We need something. Does this look better up here? I think it does. So we need something on the bottom for him to stand on. So let's see, where's my little sticker book? All else fails, get out the little sticker book. These are just random stickers that I had. VIP ticket. I think we're just going to use this little guy right here on the front page. Don't have to dig down through there. I think that will solve our issue. So he's not floating in the air. We'll put you right side up, Miriam. We'll put that right there. I love these stickers because the edges kind of blend into your paper, and it doesn't, after, you know, unless you know it's a sticker or look at it real closely, you don't see the fact that it's a sticker. Okay, well, let's go ahead and put this one up here. It comes off for us. And the thing I've learned about making pieces for your journals, don't waffle on what you're gluing down. Just pick something out, and if you like the way it looks, go with it. Sometimes you might not see the whole finished project in advance in your mind, but you just keep putting things down and it will turn out great, I'm sure. So we're going to let that maybe hang over a bit and fold that over. Actually, do we want to cut that and put it on the bottom? Why, yes, Miriam, we do. You guys know I'm in trouble when I start answering myself. Of course, that might be entertaining. It might get me to 1,000 viewers in a heartbeat. Crafty lady who talks to herself and answers herself. Alright, so we're going to put this down here. Right. You know what? I think we're going to put it right above it. Yeah, we are. Because then that will give him, yeah, perfect. That's all we needed. I have an upcoming video, y'all, on where I took a journal that I bought that had things on the pages, and I decided I didn't like it because when I used to journal 10 years ago. However, now when I journal, I like it to just be free-flowing writing. No real purpose when I sit down to start writing. Oh, I think I have oh, there it went. Had a little glue thing that was kind of plugging it up and didn't want to let my glue out. All right, where did... Oh, it's on my lap. Okay, we're good. I could keep a cloth around. I have started using my white glue more, and it's not Barely Arts. It is a Ranger craft glue. It gives you a little bit more fluid movement if you have to move something than the Liquid Arts. So I really like it, how it works as long as it's flowing. So there we have a finished belly band. Journal card. Here we go. Come along and ride. Oh, here I go again. I don't want to do that. It's kind of big to cover up the tag. So let's see here. If we would... What if we do something like that? And then add a label to the bottom. I think we'll bring it down a bit, but we're going to do that. So let's ink up these two pieces. Yes, we're going to do that, and then we're going to add maybe a rub-on. See here when I get this done. Hurry, hurry. I probably have just a few more minutes. But that's okay. We'll go ahead and finish these three. So if you don't want to watch the process, you can fast forward to the end. I do have had to have a welcome to my new subscribers. I've had some new subscribers in the last week, so I welcome you. I love to get comments from my subscribers or from others who happen to stumble upon my channel on YouTube. I will ink around the outside of these, but I'm not going to take time to do it on camera because it just takes up excess time if you ink around a full project. So I just wait until the end, unless there's something that I need to ink before I glue something down. And I sometimes glue things down and forget to ink. So there is that. Just want a little bit of ink around here so it'll kind of pop when I put it down on there. Oh yeah. Okay. I actually prefer my white glue now. Depending on if I'm gluing a whole piece of paper, I prefer my white glue over a glue stick. And I'm going to show you why that is in another video that will be coming up soon. And you can figure that out and see why I like the glue bottle versus the glue stick. Makes a difference to me. So let's see, could we maybe add one of these? Yeah, we'll add one of these guys. And then we can put the word shipment on here. Where do I want this? Right here. That's where I want it. It's a good thing. Slightly crooked, but that's okay. Good thing I want it there, because if I did it, let's see, shipment, handle with care. That's what we're going to put on here. Just got to get to it. Shipment, maybe a number. I got to cut a number out to get to handle with care, so we'll use that number. And I'm just going to cut along here. Cut you across here to be my number. And handle with care can go on here as well. So I just need something to scratch this down with. A little tool in my drawer here. These are some really, I've had these forever, but they are Tim Holtz rub-ons. That's why they're cut up into pieces, because I've had them forever. And I'll be honest, when I first got them, I didn't know what to do with them. I used to scrapbook, and it's like, what do I want with all those numbers and those words that say all those things? Well, when I found junk journals, I knew what they were for. And now I love them. Well, when they stick to what they're supposed to stick to, right? There we go. It's not coming off though. Maybe I'm not pressing hard enough, so we're gonna, don't do as I say, but we're gonna scratch it off with my scissors. And now I can see that it's changing color and it's actually working. So you want to be sure you don't scrape your plastic off when you do this. Maybe we're only going to put that word on there for now, knowing these others are going to go on it. So I'm going to lay these two pieces to the side, and we're going to look at the next one. All right, let's look at this one and get her done. All right, So we got this piece. Which do I like better on it? That with a little birdie, which actually goes like this. Actually, I do think I like that. And I have a piece of book page that needs used up. That's right here on my desk. That is already falling apart. So we're gonna make it work, because that's what we do. We make it work. Oh, well, that piece is coming off too, apparently. I love, love, love that. So let's put it on this side. And I don't care that it's sideways. And then we're going to put the birdie there. Kind of a little crooked look. And maybe another white label and it will be done. So let's get going here. Okay, and I did not ink my piece, but let's see if I can throw some ink on here real fast. It's one of those you're almost afraid to ink, because if you do this with your dauber, you're afraid your piece will fall apart, so we'll leave it at that. Put that piece on here. I'm not going to cut my corners. Again, you've seen that done. You can round your corners. You can square off your corners at the top to turn it into a tag shape, or you can just leave it as a square tag or a rectangular tag where the corners are made by straight lines. All right, I know this is a sticker. Here we go. It's one that I use a gold marking pen and kind of jazzed it up a little bit. Gave it a little extra oomph here and there. It's quite a thick sticker, actually. All right, so let's put you about right there. And the other white label that I had like here is right here. So not too worried. That sticker felt good. It's stucky. Felt good and stucky. Oh, man. So did these. So let's put you about right here. And do we want to put another word on here real quickly? Let's see. Collect. Receipt will not fit, but the number and the word receipt would fit. So that's what we're going to do. Question is, do we want anything else with it? Take the back off and lay it down here before I start scratching away, and I probably will just lay it on here so you can see what it looks like, and we'll call it done. Obviously you can add the extra things that you might want to add to your tags. Okay, so I have that, and we need something fairly short. Evidence, specimen, field notes. None of those really fit, do they? I think I'm just going to leave it like that. So we have 1, 2. We're going to stick these right on the paper, and then again I can scratch them off. And we will be done with our 3 pieces of ephemera. Let's get you on here. Shipment. 5, you know, we're just going to have 3 numbers on there. 4 will not stay. And the handle with care, we're going to put up. I don't stick it to my fingers first. It's a funny thing. You know, it doesn't want to stick to other things, but it'll stick to my fingers. All right, we're going to put you right there. So we have 1, 2, 3 pieces from papers that you would have thrown away. That's it for my video. You guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.